pump mass stage is just ridiculously, Look at that! How was I supposed to know there was gonna be one of those things coming from up there? Everything I say is based on my own opinions and experience. I'm not speaking for the public, and my feedback should be treated as such. You are watching Nico Evaluates. With 26 years of experience on Mega Man games, 7 years of doing the No Miss Buster Only challenge, and countless Snupster Races, as well as being the QA tester for Mega Man Unlimited, I'm here to tell you my honest opinions on different Mega Man games, so sit tight and learn. Hello people and welcome to Nico Evaluates Mega Man 10. This game, though, is something that I never personally liked. But we have to set our opinion aside, so we can evaluate this fairly. Have to be fair in order to do an adequate job at evaluating something. So that is exactly what we're gonna do here. Yes, very nice. Mega Man 10. I'm home. There you are, Roll. Okay? I don't know. I think I have a fever.
Oh no! Roll!
I think Roll has come down with Robo-Enja. What? Mega Man? From what I can tell, the virus only affects robots. You all need to be careful. 20XX. A new robot illness, Robo-Enja, has begun to spread rapidly around the world, causing robots to malfunction. Many humans find it impossible to complete even simple tasks without their robot helpers, and without robot assistance, no one can develop a proper cure. A month following the outbreak, the situation worsens. A myth landed on top of the building. The infected robots turn violent and attempt to take over the world.
Help! Help!
Good lord, what is happening in there? Wily Borealis?
One of those infected robots went crazy and attacked me. I've spent the last few days studying this Robo-Enja. But even my genius was unable to find a cure. So I built a machine that would help me developing a cure, but it was stolen by one of those demented robots. I beg you. You have to help me get my medicine-making machine back.
That's a good name for a machine. How did you come up with that? I suppose if we want to stop those robots, we'll have to help you.
Leave it to me! I'll stop those robots! I'll find Dr. Wily's medicine-making machine, and then we can cure Roll and all the other robots!
And they complained about the length of Mega Man 7's intro. I think this is longer.
But you can skip it.
Fair enough.
Proto Man!
I don't think you'll be able to do this alone.
I'd appreciate any help, Proto Man.
It's his brother, why does he keep calling him Proto Man?
Let's do this!
Like at some point, can't you just say his name, or like call him Blues? Please. You're killing me, Smalls. Well, Mega Man 10 has an assortment of mods, DLC and shit. You can play as Base or Proto Man, Endless Attack from Mega Man 9, you have all kind of shit time attack challenges. All fine and dandy, you got a lot of shit here. Control type. No. That's good enough, the options are worthless. So before you complete the game, you get a choice between Proto Man, who does, I think, takes double damage if I'm not mistaken, but also has a shield to make up for it, and a charge. Mega Man can jump, shoot and show thumbs up. There's also easy, normal and the superhero mode for an added challenge. We'll be playing with normal as always. Maybe someday we'll come back to all of the games and their different difficulty settings. But for now, normal it is. My personal problem, as I grab my chest and try to be as honest as I can. My personal problem with this game is that it doesn't quite know what it wants to be. It doesn't have the same feel as Mega Man 9. Mega Man 10 is kind of a mixed bag. It's got strange stages that don't flow as well as Mega Man 9's. The Robot Masters are not as good as Mega Man 9's. Just overall, it's a strange experience. The soundtrack kinda grows on you, but you have to give it time. It's very strange at the beginning, but you'll get used to it and you'll start to like it at some point. But when you first hear it, it's like, what the fuck is this? It's like bees having sex. This game just doesn't flow as well as Mega Man 9. Mega Man 9, once you know how to play it, it kind of flows automatically. It's kind of like muscle memory. You begin to understand how every stage works and you get good at it. Whereas in this game, it's a constant train wreck. Trying to play this game fast, or trying to even have some moderate fun with this game, you just end up dying here and there for shit that would normally not kill you. I'm not saying that the game design is bad, I'm saying it's not as good as 9. It's just a strange game. I don't know how to put this, but now that we are evaluating it, maybe my opinion will change on it. Maybe as we go, I can explain why this game bothers me. It's not a bad game, but it's just a bit of a letdown for me. Mega Man 9 was so perfect, it's hard to top. Of course, this game doesn't clone as many things from the previous games. Like Mega Man 9 has a bit of a tendency to copy shit from the original games. This one doesn't that much. I just generally don't like this game as much, but let's hope I can look past that. Let's hope that I can push my feelings aside and look at the game as it is. Because otherwise, what's the point? If I'm gonna say that this game sucks and then just give it 3 stars, then that doesn't make a very interesting series. Because honestly, the game doesn't suck. I have personal hatred for this game because I never got good in the game. I suck at this game. No matter how many times you race it, no matter how many times you speedrun this, it's always gonna kick your ass, and you're always surprised by it. I just don't know. Let's get this started. You've probably fallen asleep at this point. I like to start with Chill Man. The stage is one of the easier ones, and the boss, well, has some things I like to mention about it, so let's go ahead and start with that. Also one of the weirder soundtracks is this stage here. But I like the transition, that's very nice. It's fluent. And the sprite work in this game is phenomenal, and graphics are very nice. Definitely up to par to Mega Man 9. Controls are identical to Mega Man 9. So if you wanna know how they work, go watch my Mega Man 9 evaluation, but otherwise, we're not gonna waste our time talking about the mechanics, because they are flawless. Works just as well as Mega Man 9. If I have some sort of micro stutter again, there's not much I can do about it. I can see it already is there. But for some reason when I record with OBS, the game just shits itself. Introduction to this enemy, usually first time you see it, you'll get hit by it. Doesn't matter, it doesn't do much damage. Well, you could say, well, that's 3 damage, that's quite a lot, but it dies in 2 hits. You can even hit the head. So there is stuff you can do. I like the enemy. Very nice pattern to it, very nice how it explodes into bullets when it hits the ground. Maybe I would have turned those bullets into like snowballs or something, but it's okay. This shield attacker here, good turning points, I like it. Very well introduced to us. They are quite fast, so if you scroll them on, you might be surprised the first few times about their speed. Another teaching element here, shooting the blocks twice will get rid of them, as well as jumping on them. Nicely introduced mechanics. Running up to them does not do anything to the block. Nicely done. However, some weapons don't actually work on these blocks, which is kind of strange. Some of the weapons just ding. I would hope that all of the weapons did damage to these blocks. It doesn't quite make sense. The game does seem a bit slow, but I think Mega Man 9 and 10 in general are slower than the NES counterparts. That's fine. I like this challenge here. These rooms are very well done. but I would hope that shield attacker didn't reach that spot. It should stop before that. Kind of an unfair spot, because you just come out of a transition. Of course that's gonna kill you, or rather hit you. Well, if you wanna be sure, you can damage boost on this shield attacker here for an easier time coming out. That's a good thing to do, because that's a risk, getting that 1-up. You'll probably end up dying if you're not careful there. The ice mechanics work well, not much to talk about there. They are just phenomenal. Nothing bad there. Mega Man 10 does bring the octopus batteries back. Susie's, they are back from Mega Man 1. It's a fun enemy though, so they work well. Take a pounding though, so that's one thing you have to keep in mind. Also, you can choose your path here. Introduction to time bombs. Not gonna die trying those, you're gonna just drop down to the other path. And the explosion does damage, like it's supposed to do. I think this just flows very well. It's nice to see different colored shield attackers in the same stage as well. That's fun attention to detail. I really like the sprite artwork in this game, and the levels look very nice. Chillman stage especially is one of my favorite stages in the game. Also one of the reasons why I started with this. I like this mechanic as well. If you're not careful, you're gonna shoot this off accidentally and make it more difficult for yourself. That's a fun mechanic. Another room where you have to be fast and think fast. It also introduces you to this ice pick enemy, or whatever you want to call that. But the introduction is quite poor, since you're not really sure how it's gonna work if you don't pay close attention. The ice blocks don't come back, by the way. That's interesting. Not sure if that's good or bad. But you're gonna meet these ice picks later on as well. So, kind of a shit job here. They just hit you after a transition again. Something I always talk about, but it's not too bad. You're just gonna be like, well, just got hit. What can you do? PPs fire missiles this time. Egg missiles to be exact. You can shoot them though, but one shot is not enough for some reason. I don't know what the fuck. You have to shoot it multiple times. That is something that I would not do, because it's hard enough to avoid it when you're going through this part. Then you have to shoot it multiple times. It's kind of like, why the fuck? Here's the ice pick. There goes the floor, and now you realize in what kind of trouble you are in. I like this section. Chillman stage is one of my favorites, and it just flows well. This could very well be in Mega Man 9, and I wouldn't have noticed at all. One of the better stages, so that's why I started with it. Very well done. I think everything just works well here. The background though, a bit busy. Sometimes hard to see what you're doing, and stuff like that can just trap on your head if you're not careful. Basically, you can wait for this big guy to kill itself, but if you do that, you're gonna have a hard time making this jump, and it's gonna come back. So a bit of a could have perfected that spot, so to say. So my problem with Chillman is quite self-explanatory if you watch my no miss on him. Chillman's difficulty for no miss is a straight up 10. The only reason is he can hit you if he wants to. There's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes when you jump over him, he'll straight up shoot you. There's no time to react. That's the reason why I gave it the 10 difficulty. That is the maximum I've given to a Robot Master. It looks easy, but if you try to no miss this, try to learn the pattern, at some point he will just hit you. There's nothing you can do about it. You could say, well, just plan your jumps and plan your movement and such, but there's shit like this. How would you get out of there? You just can't. And if you do get out of there, most likely you're just gonna jump on him after that. So there are situations where there's nothing you can do. But that's the only flaw about this guy. I really like him otherwise. I like the pattern, it's hectic, it's fun. Fun reactionary battle. I like it. It's being very kind now, because I'm explaining the bad parts about it. It's usually not this easy. We've been avoiding him for quite a long time here. Usually he's a bit of a pain and a bit of a bitch. But, like here we go. That's gonna... Even if I dodged that, I was gonna be stuck anyway. You can never be too perfect with this. You can never be too perfect. I can try a no-miss here so you can see what the problem is. Because obviously he's being too kind. Let's kill ourselves here. If you just wanna play the game normally, rapid firing him gets rid of him pretty fast. So Chillman technically is a good startup point. If you just keep firing, he's quite easy. But if you try to no-miss, you'll realize what the problem is. First of all, he's fast as hell. He can run super fast. Sometimes you can just miss a shot by not realizing he's gonna jump. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind. Like there, if I with a shot, you kind of have to read him and you get so used to how he works. Man, he's being kind today. I can't showcase how hard he can be. That's hilarious. There we go, we missed. Goddamn. But that was my own fault. That's nothing to do with him. But he did fuck us later there, so we would have messed up anyway. Look, you mess up once, you just get hit over and over. That's just how Chillman works. I like him though. It's a very fun battle. Bosses are not designed for no miss to begin with, but it's a good indicator of how good the game is, how good the patterns are. If you can no miss a boss, then it's a good boss. Chillman, I like him very much, even though it's not perfect. Nor was my attempt. But Chillman is just a very fun boss and has the Snupster colors as well. What is there not to like? Weapon is kinda shit. People say it's good, but I just don't think it's that viable. It's pretty shitty. Even Iceman's weapon from Mega Man 1 is better. Why don't we check the shop first here? It's a basic shop. Got beat. Can lift you up from pits if you drop. Got the shock guard that saves you from spikes a couple of times if you buy more of them. Got the energy balancer. And a book of hairstyles which makes you take double damage and you have to buy that, so I'm not sure what that's for. And if you want your helmet back, you have to pay for it again. Like, why is Light making us pay to give him our helmet? And then he makes us pay again if we want it back. He makes us pay for something makes us take more damage. What the fuck is your problem? I'm your kid. I'm your son. Technically. It's like you fucking me in the ass. I don't know what this is. Guard power-up reduces the damage you take by half. For one stage. Okay, interesting. So that's the shop. Good luck, Mega Man, especially if you gave me your helmet. Sucker. Luckily it has a game save. I love that. Let's check another stage here. Chillman. Well, let's check Pump Man, because that's one of the worst stages in my opinion in this game. It's a horrible stage. So let's have one good stage and one bad stage. And what the fuck is Pump Man anyway? That's awkward. Awkward design. His weapon though is pretty good. So Chill Spike, you can lay on the ground and wait for enemies to run over it, or you can just fire it like that and hope it hits something. It's kinda useless though. Pump Man stage, apart from being, well, I can't say this is ugly. It's just not very beautiful. The colors are pretty nice though. I just don't like how it's brown. Gray would have looked a lot better. Your introduction to the fat myths, as I call them. They are fat though, don't tell me they're not fat. And the spiders are back from Mega Man 9. I actually like them quite a bit. If you stand still, they drop in front of you. Take 2 hits. Very basic enemy, but it's well done. This stage does have 2 paths, so we're gonna check them both. This one I always hoped that did something, like if you step on this, like in Chip and Dale, if you step on those faucets and they react with the stage. So I kinda hope this did something, like shoot it or something, and that would be a cool mechanic for the stage, but no, it does nothing. What a wasted opportunity here to make something cool happen. This is the problem with the stage. These waterfalls are fucking relentless. The amount of force they have is ridiculous. You can't jump correctly when you are in them. And most times when you are inside these waterfalls, you have to make like ridiculous jumps. So that's why I hate this stage, it feels so off. These guys though, I am not sure why this is infuriating to me, but it is. It's basically an enemy that makes you go slower. It's the enemy you have to kill to advance. I just don't know, unless you're fast like that. You can outrun some of them, not all of them though. I like the effect, it's very nice when you go inside the waterfall and in the water. There's good sprites for all of that. That's very good. So the fat mets are annoying because... First of all, the bullets take damage, so if you try to shoot the met, you sometimes end up shooting the bullet. So that's one thing. And if the bullet happens to hit you... Come on, these are so badly designed. It doesn't even shoot me now for some reason, there we go. Now you're slippery, have fun. Why is this mechanic in this stage? It's so infuriating. Well, good luck doing this jump. And it's on an edge that's curved, so it's hard to charge when you are off the edge. That's just basic game design ruined. Like that. How was I supposed to fucking know how far I can make that? How far I can tippy-toe there? Just newbie mistakes that should be avoided easily. And if you wanna get rid of this, you have to wait. Like, you can't go back and forth like this, it does nothing. You just have to wait for the ball to vanish. This stage, like, the jump doesn't work near edges. I'm not sure if that was a thing in Mega Man 9, but it is in this game. It's very unfortunate. Some of these jumps you'll just die, even if you try your best. I like how the shrimp are back, but this position, again, is a bit of a shit job. Why is he going through walls? Like, he's going through walls, but we can't. And yet he hits his head on the floor there. I'm not sure what the hell that's about. And we can't pass through the wall, and it's on the same terrain. It's on the same plane. So these are the jumps that everyone hates. First of all, you have to get accustomed to the met and how it works. First time you shoot it, it goes down. So you have to wait a certain amount of time to shoot it and shoot twice. Get the bullet first. This is what kills players here. It's a ridiculous jump. It doesn't look ridiculous, but first time when a player gets here, it's just gonna jump from here. That's it. You have to tippy-toe this close to the edge and then jump. I don't like this. Like the stage difficulty is based on stupid fucking jumps. I just don't like it. Sure, it keeps you at the edge of your seat, but not really fun to look at. Also, I think the air bubbles are too fast. And here, look at this. Look at how fast the air bubbles are. That is something that I would definitely fix. And also, people always wonder, he's a robot, why are there air bubbles coming out from him? Well, if you put a robot underwater, well, there are gonna be some air bubbles coming out from your body, I would imagine, because you can't make a tight seal on a robot. It's gonna leak in some places. It's gonna do that. So I think that's just fine having air bubbles. Of course, it does look like it's coming from his mouth. So I just don't know. So the route down here is considerably easier. Let's go up here first. This is also the path that I think is not as good as the other one. The other one is a bit more has a bit more imagination behind it. That one up, that sound as well. Like the sound just never stops. And now just enemies coming back because they are not well placed. So rush coil works as well as in Mega Man 9. It's looks like it's a bit slower. The way it comes down is a bit of a slow animation on it. Why is this so slow? Don't know. But that it is. Mega Man 10 does feel a bit slower than 9. You should be able to kill that met from behind. How does it see that we're shooting at it if it's not facing us? And these jumps again, you could go down there, but this route is just not too fun. But there's extra bolts here. The other route does have an E-tank, so you get screwed over there. Just very slowly paced stage. And very annoying. It's just not fun. Something that Mega Man was always about, fun. This is not it. Pump Man stage is just ridiculously Look at that. How was I supposed to know there was gonna be one of those things coming from up there? Why is there a route there if you actually get hit by going there? Why is it possible to go there in the first place? Like stuff like that there's a lot of small things about Mega Man 10 that make me hate it. And again, I don't... Like, I understand, the game is very good. It's very good. But there's just so much, like, small things. The lack of attention to detail is so strong in this game that I personally just don't like it. A lot of people wonder why I don't like this game, but I hope this evaluation sheds some light on that. Because I really want to tell people why I don't fancy this game as much as 9. Some people even consider this better than 9, which I'm just flabbergasted about. It's something that I just don't expect. So, oh my... Such a bad... Like, look at that! That's horseshit. No matter how well you think you're doing that, you just get fucked over anyway. Doesn't feel good. And this... You just have to make, like, full jumps in the water to hit these fuckers. That is so annoying! Oh my god. The enemy variety is pretty poor in this stage as well. Just fucking mets and those tubes. And then you just fucking slide around. Oh well. More spiders though. Try to hit the spiders, you land on the met. Try to hit the met, the spiders get you. And there's where the path will merge. So now, to check the other path, we have to kill ourselves, because I didn't fucking save states. Wow. Bloody hell. I think the stage is very lively. The graphics are very nice. Sprites again. The terrain, everything. It's well animated. It looks like the stage is alive. Look at this scene. It's very beautiful. Even though it's like brown water, it still looks very nice. It's fun to look at. You can't even make that jump, I don't think. It's just a tease. Oh my god, then you slide around with these fucking bibbles. And that's an awkward hit as well. You just should kill it from here. Just a lot of stuff you learn after the fact. And it's still not gonna be... It doesn't feel good to finally understand how to actually do most of the stuff in this game. This game always seems to just middle finger your ass. I don't know how to explain that. It just feels like that. Let's go down here this time. I think this is a bit better. Although it does carry its problems as well, as we're about to see. Also this part. There's just... And you just get blown off. You just get blown off from that screen immediately. You didn't even know what the fuck happened. There was a teaching element about upcoming things, and we just completely missed it, because the game just made us miss it. It's stuff like that that makes the game feel very cheap. It makes the game feel that it doesn't care as much as 9. Okay, now we get to practice this. Kinda. You still get a bit fucked with... if you're not completely understanding what's going on. It's so easy to die here. The teaching elements are just not well done, because you just get scrolled off the screen the first time you see them. And this thing here, you have to know the weights, or you have to know to be fast as hell. Can be done if you can mash. Not a problem. I just fucking hate these mets. You can of course keep them shut like that, but awkward trying to make that jump. Everything just swarms you in this game. It feels like you're in a constant... Like you're constantly in a rush, in a hurry. You're constantly trying to get shit off your ass, because everything is fucking hugging you. Everything is waiting to kill you at all times. It's like... this is like Mega Man on crack. Like everything just wants you dead the moment they see you. After transitions, everything's fucking swarming you. Especially in this stage, but this is the spot I hate. If you happen to stand on that, when the 3 bars are full, you're dead. There's not... I don't think you can get out of that. Let's try. I'll try my best. Let's see if you can make this. No, there's no way, you're just dead. It is so important to introduce these mechanics well. And when it just gets scrolled off, then you're not introduced to the mechanics. At some point, you will learn them, but if you go down from the left side here, you're not gonna learn this. So now, we have a chance to actually learn, because we went down the right side. But even then, how many people are gonna just stay here and look at these? Most people are just gonna go down like this, before the bubbles even form. And then, well, you just don't know how they work. Here's where you, the first time where you see them, and you're probably gonna die. That's fine though, it's the player's fault, but the game doesn't do a very good job at introducing that mechanic. fucking met. You just wanna hurry up and you just wanna be fast in this game. But it doesn't like you going fast, it does not like that. The game is giving you a pace that it's comfortable with. It does not give you the choice to go fast or slow, unless you're an expert with the weapons. Unless you know every little detail about the game, then you can go fast. Like this, you are better off just stopping here and going back and forth like this and shooting the bubble before going. Otherwise, you're in a danger again. That eat and grab is fine though, I like that. A speedrunner would say, you can learn the game. Of course you can. It's a Mega Man game, you can learn it, you can be fast. Buster only, you're gonna have some trouble. But it's just not as well built as 9. I think this stage completely highlights one of the major problems I have with this game is it's not polished enough. It's a very strange Mega Man experience. I think they kinda lost the ball at times. Pump Man, you can shoot him and the shield will kinda vanish. If you go under him when he does that, you can completely avoid the attack every time. Hard sometimes to go under him though. You can shoot through the shield, which is nice. Just have to be very precise with it. It's not a bad Robot Master. Very hard if you suck at this though. But it's not too bad. How much damage does the shield do? Let's see if you can get hit by that. Of course, when I try to get hit by something, it's not gonna happen. I'm completely avoiding it. The pattern is nice. There we go. It doesn't do that much, but if you're a beginner, you are gonna get hit by this guy a lot. Quite a hard Robot Master, but I actually quite like it. It's has a big hitbox when it has a shield, but not too bad. Just very easy to continuously get hit. Not bad. In hard mode, these bosses have different attacks, but in normal mode, Pump Man is not that special. It's kind of boring, and we are evaluating the normal mode here, so keep that in mind. I'm not gonna discuss about the hard mode any longer, so keep that in mind. Well, if you agreed on what I said, leave a like. If you disagreed, leave a dislike. I'll catch you next time.